At the risk of being a professor, wannabe public intellectual in an outrageous suit, asking if young men these days, if they have any sense of meaning, at the risk of being one of those guys, you do have to ask the question: are the kids all right? Are they okay? How are they doing? The kids these days, they're all guinea pigs. We just made an entire generation of guinea pigs. Hey, well, what if you give everybody social media all the time from like age 10 up? I don't know, let's just do it. Hey, what if we told a bunch of kids that vaping doesn't hurt you? I don't know, let's do it. Hey, what if we legalized marijuana? I don't know, let's just do it. Let's just do all this stuff. Hey, unlimited access to pornography from the second you could turn on a phone? Hey, let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. And that's the question: are the kids all right? If you're one of the people like me who's over the age of 30, almost to the age of 50, I think about the world that I grew up in. There's a picture I keep in my office. It's a little piece of art that my dad made. That's my dad with baby Professor Sky. That must have been like 1977. The world that I was going to head into was a pretty good one. By the time I hit 20, we're talking 1997, the height of the American Empire, a lot of great strides in equality and all that. And the world that we're in right now, I'm not sure. So whenever young people are making music that feels particularly young to me, that feels particularly the voice of young people, especially if it relates to one of my children, one of my older children — I have two babies that age, and then I have a couple teenagers — I think, what is this telling us about young men these days? And maybe the kids are all right. I don't think it's thanks to us. I don't think we can give ourselves the credit, old people, but maybe they are. I mean, take this project, Sign Crushes Motorist featuring KayCyy, The Saddest Truth. One black guy, one white guy, a guy from County Donegal from Ireland, another guy from Keroka in Kenya, both of them living in California right now, in Los Angeles, making what can only be described as genreless excellence. In addition to all the guinea pig work that we've been doing on all these poor young people, we're also teaching them that a lot of these music genres and music formats are not necessary, and that anyone can make music and anyone can be creative. So maybe that's good. That's good. No, that is good. That is good. Democratizing art is a good thing, no matter how it's done. If it didn't have to go along with Spotify, that would be nice. But what is this genre? I don't know. If I had to call this album anything, I'd call it gospel. I think it's a gospel album. Fundamentally, it does what any good Christian music does. And I don't even know if these guys are explicitly Christian. I don't think it's a Christian album, but it feels like gospel to me. It's uplifting, it's meaningful, it makes me want to run out into the field and thank God. That makes me want to grab my neighbor and hug them and kiss them and tell them that, well, not kiss them, with all consent, Jerry's like, what the fuck? We had dinner once 2 years ago. It just makes me feel optimistic and happy, and it's gospel, and it's R&B, and it's hip hop, and it's bedroom pop, and it's industrial. And also, if you know me, you know that I'm mourning. I am always actively mourning the artistic creations of Kanye West. Last week I taught Kanye West for 2 different classes, and I quietly, hidden from my students, I cried. I played Runaway. It just made me cry that's been taken away. It feels like it's a real loss. But that doesn't mean that the revolutions, plural, that he started can't be picked up. And who better than a precocious, idiosyncratic producer like Sign Crushes Motorist and one of his former collaborators, maybe one of his current collaborators, KayCyy. Apparently it's pronounced KayCyy. I don't know, KayCyy. Don't have so many Y's if you don't want to be pronounced like that. It has all that emotional strength. Now, this is not the first time that I have almost reviewed a Sign Crushes Motorist project. If you've been a fan of this channel for a long time, you know that I have a now 17-year-old daughter going off to college. All that's great. And she has been begging me to cover Sign Crushes Motorist for years. She was the one who told me to review La Ve, which I did way before she got big. Carpet Garden, the Garden. I don't know why there's all these garden bands. Savage Garden? No, not Savage Garden. So she's back in the day. My Chemical Romance, Panic at the Disco. she's been really begging me to cover this. And I think that's an important thing. I was kind of laughing about Panic at the Disco, but I do think that emo kids and goth kids, when they grow up, they still have an itch that needs to be scratched. Like, the issue with like emo music and goth music is it's usually sanitized, purified, corporatized versions of what they really want. And I think what they really want is what I've heard from this Sign Crush's Motorist fella, who I might just call Liam, because his name is Liam McKay. I don't want to call him Ian McKay, because that's the lead singer of Fugazi. Totally different guy. So if I call him Ian once, you have to forgive me. Although there's another guy named Ian on here. It's all so confusing. So, Sign Crush's Motorist. So she played me something of his and like, Dad, you gotta review this. I was driving her to crew practice and there was no music. It was just a guy mumbling into like a bad computer microphone being like, I've got to kill myself. I'm an ugly piece of shit and I hate myself and my dad's not cool and I don't know why he's even driving me to crew practice right now. I mean, I don't even know. I'm sure it was great. I trust my daughter's taste. I really do. But the thing she played for me, I don't know what it was. Tell me in the comments if you know the song I'm talking about. But I was like, hey, dear, I can't do like self-annihilation music by a teenager, listened to by my teenager. It's too upsetting. This is going to be a theme in here. And then he released a project called Make His Ribs Show, or His Ribs Are Showing, or Hey, Check Out My Ribs. I listened to the whole thing, I took notes, and then I never made a review of it. So I'm fascinated. This is a great way to be introduced to him, or to really study him for the first time in a real meaningful way. I don't know why I pronounce that so hard. Meaningful way. Because it's with KayCyy. And if you don't know, I love KayCyy. I reviewed his last album with Gesaffelstein. I talked about how he's a rising star. He's the Keep My Spirit Alive off of Donda. The good version of Keep My Spirit Alive, not the bad version where Kanye's trying to sing like KayCyy and he's not able to do it. Dude won a Grammy for Hurricane. Now, he's part of Thank God by Travis Scott. He's all over the place. He has one of the most interesting voices. He has a fascinating story. He has a fascinating way of presenting himself and pairing up with a bedroom, indie, multi-hyphenate, multi-genre, precocious 20-year-old is a good idea. So KayCyy is 27. Liam McKay. Ian McKay is probably like 60. Liam McKay is 20. The kids, they're all right. They're doing all right. That's what this makes me say, that they're able to create this music. Even though there's a lot of pain in this music, this doesn't feel like this is, I'm going to cut my arms so that my parents can see, but they can't see the pain that's inside of the blood. Okay, it's not, I didn't even say that with an Irish accent. I apologize. It's not that. This feels like, but this thing. Inspirational music without pain is worthless. Inspirational music from happy people who have never known pain, just shut up. Like, I don't want to hear it. If you haven't been through the fire, don't tell me how nice it is that it's nice that I'm not on fire anymore, right? That's the important thing. And that's why I call this a gospel album. It's Christian without Christ. I mean, Christ is in here a little bit. But it's inspirational. It's overcoming these odds and these pains, and it's about connections that you have with people. And it's a little bitter from time to time, a little bit of a breakup album from time to time. But in the whole, like I had to. So I was getting ready to record. So this is my office, right? So it's there's a beautiful Last Jedi poster, right? I was right over there. And I was getting ready to record this, and I literally had to just listen to one song over again and just dance. And I did. I danced around in my office. I did. This song was just... is great. What a great album. Things are great. They're not great, though. Just a reminder, our country, with the exception of the people who were forced to be here and the people who were... people whose culture was destroyed in order for us to be here. We are a country of immigrants. This is that story. We have KayCyy because of our immigration policy, because of Minnesota accepting so many people from Africa, which is excellent, and has given so much to Minnesotan culture. It all happens in LA. This is the great thing about America. This is why it's the American dream. We need to protect it. We need to protect immigrants. We need to protect immigration. Cover's a lot. Cover's a big deal. Cover's wild. So it's a painting by Ilya Repin, Ivan the Terrible and his son, and it's the moment after Ivan the Terrible murdered his own son. It's called filicide, when you kill your own son. And as a father, I don't like this image. I gotta tell you. I remember, speaking of the Star Wars movies, I took my dad to see The Force Awakens, and he fucking hated that movie because the son killed the dad, because Kylo Ren, spoiler, kills Han Solo at the very end. And that just made him really upset. I think he was mad because he thought that, like, I wanted to kill him. I never thought about killing my dad. Not even like a little bit. But I understand it. It's a big issue. But what's amazing about this image is, and it's a famous painting, right? It's a very famous painting. I think it's in Moscow now. Is that it's not actually Ivan the Terrible killing his son. It's the moment after he kills his son and he realizes what he's done. And so I don't know. I want to, as an old person, old people should feel guilty for what's happened to young people. That's in general what they should be feeling. That's because we've got power, they don't, and this is the world that we're giving them, all right? You're welcome, okay? And so I sort of feel like this is how I felt the day after the election. Like, look at what I did to my boy. Look at what I did to my country. Look at what I did to my people. And of course, I didn't vote for the man. I didn't support it, right? I'm not saying that. But, still, I let this happen. I'm an adult now. I've been an adult for 27 years. Long time I've been an adult. And this is the world that I'm leaving to my kids. So I don't know if that's how to read it. I don't know. It's an oddly dark, unsettling cover for a fairly upbeat album, like the first track, Sláinte. If you grew up in Boston, like I did, you hear a lot of Irish Americans. I think pride in being Irish goes Irish Americans and then people from Ireland. Because, it's a very, very proud culture from where I grew up. So I heard Sláinte quite a bit. Deepest love and truest respect are the first words that you will be in total harmony. This album is blissfully without irony. I forget what I was watching. What was I? I was watching something about the death of postmodernism. It was that dude, Tom Nichols. God damn, he's great. You ever watch his stuff? You feel like you watch so many leftists making fun of Ben Shapiro that you lose sight of the good people. Tom Nichols or Nicholas. Fudgy the Whale. Which is it? Let me see. Tom Nicholas, postmodernism. What is it? Tom Nicholas. Okay, Tom Nicholas. Great video. I think he's got millions of subscribers, doesn't he? This guy's got to be jacked. Yeah, he's got 614,000. Anyways, he has this whole wonderful video all about postmodernism, and he talks about the complexities of postmodernism, that we're in a meta post-narrative point where people use irony and sincerity sort of interchangeably and in a way that makes true meaning very hard to seize. Please watch his video. It's masterful. It's really, really great. He's doing really great stuff. This album is the antidote to postmodernism. It really is. Even though musically it's borrowing from all these different genres and has all these different sounds, there's nothing ironic, there's nothing sarcastic in here when it says deepest love and true respect. That's what these two nice young men mean. These young men. Right? That's what it is. And it sounds so much like Kanye. It's awesome. Very new Kanye sound. Organ in the back. KayCyy's cool high verse. I wonder who's going to find my heart. My soul's been searching. I fell too fast. Just like my career, I'm back with purpose. Because KayCyy was the next big thing. And what do you do when you are the next big thing, but you are never the next big thing? What do you do when you are the star of the future and you always will be? That's the question that KayCyy has to... And this is why it's so smart, because he's working within a niche of people who really care about great music. Sign Crushers Motorist fans really care about good music and care about having this great, sincere connection. What's going to do better for KayCyy? Working with Sign Crushers Motorist, or paying $200,000 to have a song co-produced by DA got that dope. I think this is the best move. And I think it's also truer to him, because I don't think he actually fits in the hip hop sphere. Like, his story is a different story, and even though he can rap and he can sing, it feels really at ease in this indie bedroom feel. And then we get to Nyumbani, which is a Swahili word for home. And it is great. It's both of them singing together, which is really nice, and it's kind of African guitar and vocalizing, very African sounding. And there's a certain way the guitar notes guitar is played in Africa. Usually, it's a lot of sort of like individual guitar notes. Makes me feeling makes me want to go. I'm healing without hurting anyone. I got to do a spin for that one. Healing without hurting anyone. That's tough. That's tough to do. This is some growth music right here. I think the kids are free. The kids are all right. Amazing how it feels like bedroom music, emo music, pop music, rap music, African music, all at once. It's the sum of all of its parts, and it's really great. Almost Childish Gambino style rapping. This dream feels American. Again, just as a reminder, the thing about the American dream is if it doesn't have immigrants in it, then it's not the American dream. So, singing in other languages at the end, I assume Swahili, although I did some research, and he also speaks Kalenjin, which is another dialect, or it's name of a people in Kenya, and also a dialect. So I don't know, but I assume it's Swahili, and I assume this is the music that he grew up to listen to, right? That's the thing. Immigrant rap is interesting because it has a more direct connection to the home country, so it has authentic interpolations of other musical styles and cultures. This is why French rap is so interesting, which is why I study French rap, because its connection to Africa is one generation, sometimes 0 generations back. So when it integrates African sounds, it's not affect. It's authentic. In the same way, if Soundcrush's Motorist wanted to include some Irish flute, it would be authentic. Whereas when the, Dropkick Murphys or House of Pain do it, it's like 10 generations ago, 4 generations ago. It's not as culturally accurate or authentic. Make sure you're loved. What are you doing to me? I'm trying to have a normal day, and you're making me cry. This slow church-like organ. I won't have the right words every time. We won't sleep on silk sheets every night. I won't always know the way, but every minute of every day I'll make sure that you're loved. Kids these days, they're taught through their apps that love is on demand, and it's all a question of supply and demand, and your Tinders and your Grinders and your Humbles and your Bumbles and your Binge and your Hinge Fringe, and just no. Everyone wants the same thing. Everyone wants this. Everyone wants to be told, "No, you're loved." Kids today, they're okay, I guess. It turns out, despite our best efforts, kids appear to be okay. Everything you are sculpted by the gods, the greatest work of art. Thank you. That's what I want kids to be hearing. Tell you what, if my daughter played me this, I would have reviewed it. Not, I want to remove my own pancreas with a rusty can of Schlitz beer. Whatever that thing was. Almost Laurie Anderson's in the back. So many different vocal registers happening. All of these guest appearances. There's what Jin Jin is here. Jin Jin, I don't know what that is, but it's great here. And just the KayCyy has so many different vocal registers, and so does McKay. It's awesome. It's just beautiful. Gospel, true evangelical. It makes me want to testify. It's like friendship. Listen to this verse from KayCyy. I'll be the footprints in the sand. Hey, that's Christianity. That's a Christian reference. I'll be the first to understand when sleeping is hard because you can't stop thinking. We'll jump in my car, find somewhere to park where the river bends. It's just beautiful. Today, I'm an emotional guy. I already told you I'm an emotional guy. How can I not be? I got a picture of my dad holding me as a baby. While I have a baby, my dad died a couple years ago, right? I'm an emotional guy. Today's been particularly rough. Well, it's always rough. A lot of things are happening in Serbia, which is the country where my wife is from. Protests and turning more violent, but also there's these more inspirational stories. So there's this whole story about how Serbian protesters have been going into Croatia. There's a whole civil war there, lots of bad blood, but the Croatians understand that this is a fight for freedom from the kinds of forces that created that civil war in the first place. So the Croatians are welcoming the Serbian protesters like brothers, saying, Jedan svet, jedna borba, one world, one fight. And I'm crying, right? Right now I'm holding back tears. And I'm listening to this music too. It's just turn on the waterworks. It's too much. It's music to help you absorb the emotional truth and weight and beauty and difficulty of life. This is not disposable. My Heart Is my least favorite song. It's fine. It's cool. Some emo kind of stuff there. Some jazz trumpet with some weird voices. Bend Never Break. But then we get to Bruised. What a song. The simple descending synth. Very Yeezus, 808 and Heartbreak style drums. Again, it's just... I love what Kanye did so much. And it is so sad that we can't talk about him without talking about the things that he says. So when other people pick up when Travis Scott did Utopia and it was just Kirkland Donda, I was happy because I want more Donda. I don't care if it's not him who makes it. That thing that Ye was working up to was pretty awesome to get derailed. And the way that the word bruised, you left me bruised. It's just awesome, and these descending sounds. My scars, my bruises, I have it to give. These promises got broken. We're no longer kids. Wonder if my picture's still up on your fridge. Question all the things that we never did. I think this is them talking to their fathers, talking to his father. That's what I think the cover. I think this is what the cover. I think the album should have been called Bruises, and I think it should have been about that because I feel like it feels to me like this is a lot about, okay, I'm going to project the hell out of my own feelings about my parents and about the way I think my kids might feel about me or just in general. So here I go to project. Here is my projected view of what this album is secretly about. Two young men living on their own, away from their parents, understanding the weaknesses of their parents, angry at the weaknesses of their parents, while trying to build something meaningful and new through friendship and art and creation, and finding some success while still having some dark clouds of remembering how tough things were that made them want to record songs about killing themselves on a computer. Okay? That's my prediction, that's what's underneath all this, but I could just be projecting. Heard it from industrial humming sound, interactive voices. I love this chugging beat, the bass drum stomping. I just love the singing and the rapping. It's like 5 different voices in one song, and it ends with, again, Swahili or Kalenjin. I don't know. Never Want to See You. Is my favorite song by Evil Rick Astley. I get one bad joke per video, and I spent it on that. Doesn't even fit the format of the meme. Sorry. Church organ starts, and then what I love is the way Liam's singing and KayCyy's singing interacts. So this is Liam, and then this is Kay. Okay, so this is Liam and this is Kay. So it's stuck inside a twilight, trying my hardest to always hold it. You're hoping for a new life. Try my hardest. I'm holding you, like back and forth, and it has sort of that runaway feeling with just these nice pad sounds and then some marching band snares. It's just so nice. I mean, already we had that song that had was that Bruised that had the left right. Yeah, already we had the left right with this great snare work, almost like marching band stuff. Again, going more back to more kind of influence, but just the ability to create this kind of marching band sound. It's just so beautiful, and the violins in the back. I don't know how some 20-year-old kid's producing music that's this good. That's the pain of old age. Carry On, this little waltz here, lilts along in a high voice. I loved you, how could you call me a crush? Hey, young people, it's always been this way. Don't worry, don't feel bad about it. I loved you, how could you call me a crush? Thump. What's that line from The Simpsons? You won't be needing this. Taking out the heart from his chest, throwing it into the dustbin. It's great. It's great. I mean, it actually reminds me of Last of Us. There's 2 characters, and the one's in love with the other, and they kissed once, and they said, it meant nothing, right? Of course it meant nothing, but she's like, I hope it meant something. Next up is It's Not a Phase. I feel like this is connected to the last song, like the crush that you had is not a phase. Also, it's just important. Young people need to be able to say that things aren't phases to their parents, whether they be... I'm not even going to finish that sentence, y'all. Think of a thing that you think that your parents say is a phase. It probably isn't. Or if it is a phase, it's a phase that indicates some other greater emotional need that is not being met. Was my daughter's goth phase a phase? Of course. She's not She doesn't dress like that anymore. That's not how she looks anymore. But it wasn't just a phase. It was a phase that communicated something important that I needed to connect with her and figure out what the emotional needs were behind that phase. Okay? So no matter what it is, when you are a parent, nothing is just a phase. Look at me, dispensing parenting advice. Piano with singing, some sketchy sounds. It's almost jazzy, like jazzy singing here from KayCyy, or maybe that's China May adding her voice. It's a great kind of breakup story. Green Trees is almost a pop song, more Kanye altered sounds. I'm not a real fan of this Johan Lennox, even though I liked his work before. His singing, he just sounds too much like Coldplay, but I like Brinks here. You know, we were working on Honesty, you got better at lying. This has very much like a first couple tracks of 808s and Heartbreak feel. Finally Free, featuring Lorado Khalil, more guitar style, interlocking with this percussion. Careful sending verses, not raps. The spirit flourished. Ain't barely home. So Swahili village, the closest. Question of like what is home, what is not. There's even more like Kanye style mumbling at the end, and then we have Liam doing this soulful singing. Finally free from all the things that kill me. You see, I knew it. He's done with that stuff. Whatever that was, the album. And my daughter was like, "Look at this cool album cover," and it's someone with like a hand in a dog's mouth. I'm like, "What? Did that dog eat chocolate? Why are we doing this?" Finally free, the wind start to lift me. Finally free to make it out of here. Finally free, finally free. Lead Me Father is a strange song because it's like very Christian, right? Lead Me Father, that sounds Christian-y, but it's also like an ego flex song. Name a kid in the youth that don't know KayCyy. I done seen everything before it passed me. So it's like he's sort of flexing, which is a little bit out of sync with the rest of the album. Just when I thought I could give up, God showed me another way. And then he does the full Keep My Spirit Alive style verse. And then we have a beat change. Right around town, got my motherfucking suit on. See? Kind of a cinematic atmosphere with this like whiny sound. Lead me, Father, lead me, Father. My mama good, graduation, them racks look good. Superstitious, I don't believe it, but I listen to Stevie. Bipolar, change season, so I'm linking with Yeezy. Sign Crush, broken hearted, so I'm taking it easy. Very cool. Nice last song. Then there's a verse by Ian, who I will not talk about out of respect for Tyler the Creator. Tyler the Creator told me not to like Ian, and until somebody gives me a better reason to like him, I'm just going to ignore him until Tyler the Creator explicitly tells me it's okay again. And then just amazing ending. Just these like, whoo, these like seagulls. You know that band? Seagulls. I don't know how you're supposed to pronounce them. I saw them perform at the Berklee College of Art of Music in 2001. 2001 I saw Seagulls. Anyways, has that kind of like submarine, cool, but then it gets all cut up and syncopated, and Sign Crush's Motorist is just having fun here. So this is a great album. I'm super happy that I reviewed it. I'm super happy that it exists. I think the kids are doing okay based on this album. We'll have to see how they're doing in a couple years when we all die of food poisoning. Yay! Hey, everyone, get ready to stop drinking milk. That's going to happen soon. Drink milk now while you can, because the bodies that are making sure your milk is safe are all being dismantled. So we're going to have unsafe milk from now on. And people are going to live in fear who are coming here for a better life. So the kids are all right for now. I'm getting depressed again. All right, let's see this picture one more time. This is good stuff. Every time. I want to listen to the music some more. All right, there's the camera.